so this is a different type of video. Basically, instead of any editing or scripting, I'm gonna just freeball it and go crazy with you guys, letting you guys in on the research and really just reacting in real time with you. And today's discussion is about Tyler the Creator and Frank Ocean, who, as we all know, have been friends for a long time, although it seems like they might not be cool anymore. So you see, just a few days ago, Tyler the Creator actually unfollowed Frank on Instagram. And this had fans like myself wondering, why did he do this? So the buzz all started after a Reddit thread went viral, featuring a screenshot that revealed Tyler the Creator's Instagram account, Felicia the Goat, no longer appears to be following Frank Ocean's handle, Blonded. The caption of the post read, "The worst day in history for the unemployed. Tyler the Creator unfollowed Frank Ocean." Now when I saw this, I really didn't know what to think, because for the longest it felt like the two were locked in, but some things did kind of stand out. And one of those things I noticed is Tyler's been doing Camp Flognaw since 2012 and Frank Ocean's never showed up. Now, obviously, Frank Ocean doesn't owe Tyler a performance or anything, but the fans have been yearning for it. And how I know this is because if you don't remember, the year that Drake got booed off the stage, everybody in the crowd was expecting Frank Ocean to be there.
Hey, paranoid. Always rolling.
And obviously now I don't think that's the main reason they're not cool, but I do think it's a little subtle foreshadowing for what may have caused the beef. You see, Frank Ocean has always been exclusive, not dropping music, he doesn't pop out anywhere, and it's cool and all, I understand that's how he wants to be. But Tyler might be feeling like, damn bro, are you too exclusive for me? Now if I'm being honest, I have nothing really to back that up, I'm just riffing off the top of my head. But let's go through and see what the internet really thinks caused this rift. Now the first thing we're going to break down is this Reddit post that says, let's be honest, Tyler and Frank aren't really friends anymore. And the user says, before anyone says we don't really know them, relax. But let's connect the dots. Tyler suddenly unfollowed Frank and Homer out of nowhere, with no public incident to justify it. A few weeks ago, Frank dropped the channel Orange Vinyl, and it didn't include two tracks, White, which was produced by Tyler, and Golden Girl, which was featured by him. Around the same time, Tyler mentioned that a longtime friend had threatened to sue him over a feature that he planned to release. Frank reportedly did something similar to Travis during Astroworld, threatening legal action as well. I don't know, it all kind of adds up. We might not know the exact reason for the fallout, but it's pretty clear something happened between them. Now that is crazy, and let's actually fact check it just to make sure it's true. And according to Genius, White is produced by Frank Ocean and Tyler the Creator, and we all know that he's featured on Golden Girl. So the fact the vinyl came out without it is pretty crazy, and if anything, it does show a rift between the two guys. Now let's look and see what the comment says. One guy says, I disagreed after seeing the title, but you made some good points. That vinyl stuff is really interesting. And I completely agree. I wasn't really sure what to expect by the title of the post, but it does all kind of make sense. Someone else said that vinyl thing, in my view, pretty much confirms it. It's really strange that these specific songs were left out. And like I said, at this point, Tyler had just unfollowed Frank, but Frank was still following him. Another fan said, yeah, but I feel like Frank's trying to totally cut himself off from music and maybe even some friends from the music world. I honestly don't know what he's doing, but it feels like he just wants to monetize his music and close that chapter of his life. And this post got almost 2 million upvotes. And this is kind of what I was trying to say in the beginning of the video. Frank's been trying to be by himself, he's been trying to be exclusive. And really, he just doesn't want to be around a bunch of these industry folks. Now I want to show you guys the tweet that Tyler the Creator made saying that a friend threatened to sue him. At this point in time, people thought that friend was Playboi Carti. So this post by Kirko states, Playboi Carti's team has reportedly issued a cease and desist to Tyler the Creator over the inclusion of his verse on the Chromacopia vinyl release. Tyler the Creator referenced the situation on the new Clips album, and he said, Lil feature, niggas threatened to sue me. On top of that song, Tyler the Creator also tweeted, an old friend I've made music with threatened to sue me over a feature they gave me. So y'all don't run with a narrative. And to me, I don't think this is about Playboi Carti at all. I think it's about Frank Ocean. And I think this tweet was a bit of foreshadowing of the unfollowing of Frank Ocean. You see, I think Tyler's trying to say, don't run with a narrative when you see me unfollow this guy. And so far, we learned that Frank removed Tyler from the channel Orange Vinyl. But according to Grok, Frank was also removed from some Tyler the Creator music. When somebody asked Grok, why did Tyler the Creator unfollow Frank? Grok responded by saying, speculation points to a dispute over Tyler's album Chromacopia. Frank allegedly provided vocals for Like Him, but later demanded removal, threatening a lawsuit. Tyler replaced them with Daniel Caesar's, leading to an unfollow of Frank as well as his brand Homer, stating that there's no official confirmation. So, where does that leave us? It shows us that they're both removing each other from music. So, this isn't just an unfollowing thing. This is an also, you're not going to be on my music anymore thing, which makes it all feel like it's a little deeper than the music. And all this leads us to just a couple days ago, when Frank Ocean unfollowed Tyler the Creator. So now they both unfollowed each other. And in the comments of this post, one fan pointed something out. He said, I think it's important to point out in his new interview with Daniel Caesar, Tyler spoke about people letting him down for Chromacopia. He specifically said that Daniel saved the album and that it wouldn't exist without him. So this kind of confirms what Grok was saying. Somebody else said, in my opinion, Thought I Was Dead was literally so obviously meant for a Frank Ocean feature. He talking about OF since day one and all that. Also remembers something else related to Frank. Alright, now his grammar was really bad, but he's basically saying he thought the song Thought I Was Dead was meant for Frank Ocean and not Daniel Caesar. And here's a clip of Tyler the Creator actually saying Like Him almost didn't make the album, but Daniel Caesar saved it.
Fast forward to us working on the record, on the album, bro, Like Him almost did not make this album.
'Cause everything worked out without him. Like him.
Daniel looked at me like, are you stupid? You better put this on this goddamn album. And at that moment, I was like, oh, this is the guy that recorded and exported and mixed and mastered that Van Gogh record, bro. He has some genius to him. He knows what the he talking about. Again, let me shut the up. It's crazy that you say that you were a service to me or for Chromacopia, but no, it almost feels like I was in service to you and took a step back within my own realm. And man, like the gratitude I have for that. This interview is just me sucking Daniel Caesar's dick on FaceTime.
So as you can see, Tyler Creator was basically saying Daniel Caesar saved that song. And the fact that his vocals ended up replacing Frank's is just crazy. Now there's not much more, but let's go through some of the funnier reactions and stuff. This person said, when it's the Tyler versus Frank Civil War, and I gotta slime out Jasper, which is just facts. Which honestly has me thinking, if you had to choose between Tyler and Frank and you couldn't listen to the other, who would you pick? And that's honestly just tough. I might have to go with Frank if I'm being 100% honest. Someone else said that Tyler and Frank should sort it out in the ring, saying that both are the same height and fairly athletic. I really don't know who would win, but we have seen Frank Ocean knock out that one bodyguard, so I'm probably going to give it to him. Somebody else said unfollowed Frank but still following Diddy is crazy work. I'm not gonna lie, that's facts. Tyler, you need to check that out. But alright, honestly, what do you guys think is the real reason for the beef? What we've learned so far is that they've both been taking each other off of songs and music, but it doesn't seem like anybody knows what really started it. And to me, it's hard to believe that it has to do with music. There has to be something more personal that we don't know. Like I said, comment down below, but in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.